F31, I'm absolutely terrified of my BF's M28 chats. I think he's a psychopath. I think I might be dating a psychopath. Last week I stayed over and I found his chats on a kinky chatbot site. They're all psychotic. For context, he's the sweetest and most perfect guy I've ever met. We have been together for 2 amazing years and I was sure he was my soulmate until this. All his chats were all extremely psychopathic. He rapes the character, tortures and kills them. In one, he beats a pregnant girl and forces her to eat their miscarried fetus. Like WTF. I'm absolutely terrified of him now. I made an excuse to leave him that night and I've been avoiding him. I don't know what to do. I'm going paranoid. Are his chats normal? Do I tell him to explain himself? I don't even know anymore. Edit. I just need time. I'm absolutely heartbroken. Okay. I'm not fine. I find myself thinking about all the times we had together and feeling betrayed. I was still hoping that it would be a bit normal for guys and some sick fantasy they have, but everyone just confirms my thoughts. And to clarify, I made a mistake typing my post. I stayed over at his place, he didn't stay over. It's hard for me to just leave and run. I have a close relationship with his family, especially his sister. But now I don't know if I can trust any of them and it's scary. Yeah, run from that. No, it's not normal to jerk off to making a woman eat her own baby. Sometimes the sweetest, gentlest dudes are really twisted sadists on the inside. They hide it until you're in a place where you can't remove yourself from the situation easily before they let on what's lurking inside their browser history. OMG, please run away. OMG, what the fuck did I just read? You haven't dumped him yet? This has to be a satire post, right? These posts are always, he's so perfect and our relationship is the best one I've ever been on and we love each other and we literally have the most perfect relationship. There's just this one absolutely psychotic thing he does, face with rolling eyes, face with rolling eyes. With the slim chance that this is real, he's clearly fantasizing and getting off to violent acts against women. He's unsafe to be with and it's only a matter of time before something happens IRL. Leave. I was once in a relationship with a charming, charismatic as fuck man. Total gentleman, very generous, kind and great to me and animals, no red flags at all. And then he started fantasizing about tying me up, putting me in the back of a van, killing me, and forcing himself on me after killing me. I was unaware that for a while. It did escalate to physical violence during sex and then I left. If this is real, get out now. Fantasies often escalate. 39M. Read my wife's 39F text messages. 39M. Read my wife 39F of 10 years text messages with one of her co-workers, M. And found this message that happened while they were both attending a work conference out of town. This co-worker is someone I have known and had over to our home for over 7 years. He is married. I have met his wife. We have gone out with them before and had them over to our home and been to theirs. In this time, I have never heard him speak like this to my wife, his wife, or me. Text messages exactly verbatim. Male coworker. I really want you to enjoy yourself and soak up all the good energy. It truly lifts me to see your spirit shine. But if I'm being honest, I'd love to steal a little quiet, intimate time with you. I know it's beautiful the way you share your light with everyone, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to feel like the most important one in the room to you. Because that's exactly what you are to me. Is that something you'd be willing to share with me? Wife. I'm in the breakout meeting and then I'm not planning on attending shit else. So I'm down for whatever after this. I confronted her about the message and asked her how long they had been having an affair. She acted confused and like she did not know what I was talking about. I had her open her phone and I showed her the message exchange. She said that nothing happened and that he just talks that way. I pressed further because the tone of that message is unlike any I've ever experienced or seen between people in a normal work relationship. She said that he wanted some time to discuss work problems in private. I told her that this doesn't involve hotel rooms and this type of intimate time he is asking for. I asked her what his wife would say if I shared this message with her. She agreed it would not look good. I also noticed she deletes messages from him regularly. I asked why she did that. She said it's because the way he talks would not look good, so she deletes it in case I go through her phone, but she said nothing has ever happened. I'm talking hundreds of deleted texts. So that makes me feel even more uncomfortable. She wants us to go to counseling because she says I have trust issues. One of my previous relationships ended with my partner cheating on me. While I agree I may have some deep-seated trust issues due to my past, I think this is at a minimum blatant disrespect for me in our marriage. If nothing sexual truly happened or worse, she has been cheating on me. I would like opinions on this situation and advice. I'm happy to answer any questions that doesn't involve any private info. Call his wife. Seems like right now your biggest trust issue is having a wife who can't be trusted. She's gaslighting you. Anyone who found a message like that would immediately assume there is something going on and maybe has been going on for a long time. It seems like it's the moment all that lead up to a physical affair came to a head in that text message. You don't need couples therapy because you need to regain trust. She needs to regain your trust regardless of if anything physically actually happened or not because a boundary was crossed. You're not crazy. I'm so sorry. Hugs sad face less than 3. Spoken like a true narco and turns it around on you. Been through this kind of shit before and she was definitely cheating. Time to lawyer up my man. Tell the dude's wife. If it's an issue, why hasn't your wife put a stop to it instead of deleting the messages? She's lying to you. I think you need to go through with the threat to message his wife and push that to the point of happening, to try and force her to be honest. I am pretty sure my boyfriend, 26 male, has started using me, 22 female, for housing, food, etc. Edit. I'll be 23 later this year and he will be 27, we got together when I was 18. My boyfriend and I have been together for almost 5 years, 4 of which we've lived together. We were doing fine until he got a DUI in October 2023. He's gotten fired from 2 jobs and quit one since then but had been unemployed, and not collecting unemployment, since November 2024. Leaving me to pay for our rent, $1,200, our bills, up to $800 depending on season, and our food, around $350 per month. He hasn't shown any interest in getting a job at all and seems perfectly fine at home. We're struggling with money right now as I only make $19 an hour. But as I'm usually at work, he doesn't do anything around the house. I work, make food, and clean while he sits around and games all day. I feel 100% underappreciated. It's like he can't see how exhausted I am. Factory work takes a toll on me and he expects me to come home and serve him dinner and wash his clothes. He never spends time with me anymore, never wants to go out. The only thing that he bothers me about other than house chores and food is sex. Even though he's constantly claiming I'm talking to other guys and cheating, but I'm not sure how he thinks I have time for that. I feel as though this relationship has to come to an end regardless of how much I love him, but I'm unsure. Do I break up with him? Yeah girl, dump him. He's draining your youth. Also 5 years ago you were 17 and he was 21. Why was he so interested in a high schooler while he was fresh out of college? Girl. A man who isn't trying to make it work and be financially independent on his own should not be at her place. I would say talk to him first and if nothing changes, then break up for sure. Because you can't be dealing with someone like that forever, especially when he is older and supposed to provide and help you, not be a burden. Yes, I mean, it was sketchy when he was 21 and you were 17. When I was 21, seniors in high school looked like kids to me. You don't mention anything about why you thought he was worth having in your life, so I'm guessing that it all pales in comparison to his inability to hold a job, unwillingness to find a job, his DUI arrest, his expectation that you cover all expenses, and his inactivity in household chores. You are a sex toy and made for him. There's not enough upside to continue. Expects you to serve him dinner and do his laundry? While he's sitting on his ass all day. You need to decide to end this or not. You deserve better. You're not his maid or his mother. He's an adult that has no plans for future, it seems like. Move forward with your life. Cancel the internet, tell him you can't afford it anymore, and if that doesn't make his lazy ass shape up, ship him out. My boyfriend 26M, he teased me 24F with a ring. My boyfriend and I have been together for 4 years and living together for 3. We adopted a dog together and I have expressed a desire for marriage and a family, at some point, for the last 2 years of our relationship. I told him that towards the 5-year mark is when I expect a ring. I have expressed my concerns with his hesitancy in the past and it has made me more uncertain. In the last 6 months he seemed to be more open to the idea of a proposal, and he has always been comfortable talking about kids. Without me even bringing marriage up, he started to say little comments like, I could see marrying you, I could picture our wedding at X location, and, I have been trying out calling you wife in my head. A month or 2 ago I showed him some engagement rings I liked and even one specific vintage ring for sale in our area. Then last week he talked to some of his family and asked me to send him the ring I found and told me that he would be buying it the next day. So I go to work so excited the next day and come home and he's not there yet. So within 5 minutes of getting home he sits down and tells me he did not go buy the ring and that he will not be proposing. That he is not ready, that his ideal time would be 29-30 years old. My heart broke. He knew how much I wanted this future together and it feels like he just dangled it in front of my face then took it back like it was nothing. I don't think I can wait 4 more years for some certainty about his feelings and our future. He has a great list of reasons why he shouldn't propose, some reasonable like he's still in school, he's too young, none of his friends are engaged, he isn't established in a career, which I am more so. He just seems so lost, but his uncertainty about me and his hurts. And so does his carelessness with this whole situation. I love him, but I have a biological clock, and don't want to be starting all over at 30, and he doesn't seem to care about what I want or need, so I'm in a pickle. He has pretty much taken off on a trip since this has all happened, and we have spoken a little, but I need some clarity. I feel like this may be too much to get past, but he did agree to couples counseling. The biggest thing is I don't know if I trust his word anymore. I don't know if there is hope of salvaging the relationship or if it makes sense to wait until the time is right for him. I feel really confused between my feelings for him and what he has said versus his actions in this. Any insights on what is going on, if, or you have experience with a guy like this or one yourself, would be helpful. We signed a lease together that isn't over for another 4 months, so do I stay or could I even leave? I have a job and a little bit of savings, but the state I live in is not affordable for me to live in on my own, and I don't have family that I can stay with. He's out of town. Start packing your things and leave. Do not settle for this. You both are no longer compatible. Not yes means no. He doesn't want to marry you. There's no reason to think he will in 4 or 5 years. Use the last few months of your lease to get ready to move out. Save your money. Look for roommate or even rooms to rent situations. He's okay talking to you about kids but didn't want to talk about marriage until he teased you with buying a ring? Yikes. But at least he's been honest now. You know where he stands. And even with what he said, you don't. He said he will be ready in 3-4 years. But does he see that marriage with you? What happens if you get pregnant between now and then? You know it won't happen, with you, at least until 3-4 more years. Decide if you want to stay and wait to see if he picks you at that time. I think you know this relationship no longer aligns with your goals. As hard as it is, put yourself first and don't waste any more of your prime years with this man you have outgrown. You do not want to become one of the many casualties on waiting_to_wed. You don't need 10 years to know if you want to marry someone. It's been almost 5 years. He knows by now. And he knows it's a no, which is why he's not making a move. Run now before you waste more time. None of his friends are engaged. Yeah, I'm betting his friends told him to not go through with it, or he seeks validation from them in some way. Either way, if you have to beg or wait more years for a man to marry you, he isn't worth it. If he really wanted to, he would have proposed ALR and said we'd get married at a later date, but would actually show the interest in getting married. He's not worth it, trust me.